trades. Watch the charts ignite. Sniper entries hidden right. Funded profits rising bright. Building strength in every night. Follow flow, ignore the noise. Structured moves, intentional choice. Let the chart reveal the way. Big trades growing day by day. Institutional rhythm moves slow. Liquidity tells where price will go. Building accounts with patient plays. Consistency defines our day. Signal shift, momentum grows. Algorithm shows where it goes. Watch the charts ignite. Sniper entries hitting right. Funded profits rising bright. Building strength in every night. Follow flow, ignore the noise. Structured moves, intentional choice. Let the chart reveal the way. Big trades growing day by day. Trades growing day by day. Precise. Welcome to V-Trades.
Hello, hello. So we are doing the backtesting now. Give me some time. I'm setting up a few things. Right. I'll wait for a few people to So this is Trade Zella basically, and it is playing right now. Right now the time is 22:36. I am backtesting January from 2023. So we will basically wait for London session open, and I'll be speeding this up, just setting up a few things here right now, and we'll be using ICT Concepts to execute here. I'm just waiting on few people who asked me to do this backtesting session. Hello, hello, Wadi. How are we doing, bro? Thank you for being on time. Just give me a few seconds. We'll start soon. You can start asking your questions. Alrighto. Okay. I am good as well, bro. Just broke my finger last week. Are we just backtesting NAS or can some on gold as well? I will be backtesting only on NASDAQ because I have set up my charts only on NASDAQ and ES. Um, as I've told you previously that I use these annotations, new day opening gaps, previous 5 days, new week opening gaps, previous 5 weeks. So I will have to do all of that on goal if I really want to do goal and backtest my strategy, how I play. But there's no specific difference to be honest. All the markets book the prices accordingly. We will be backtesting London session right now. We are currently in midnight open range. So I'll just wait until 1:30 here. This is Trade Zella and I am trading and backtesting 25th Jan from 2023. So Adil, in order to do it on goal, I will have to do all these annotations, which takes a lot of time. So I won't be able to do it on goal. I'm sorry. And with gold, I would say if you are trading on gold, to keep watching DXY, which is dollar index. It is oppositely like non-correlated markets. So we have got our midnight open range here. Let's annotate that. Midnight open range. Let's reverse it. Have you got any questions here in the annotations? Any annotations that you cannot understand? I took the midnight open range here now. I should sweep the high. Yes, it's trading inside this 5 minute CB. Should be inverted bullishly. Alright. the high there. This is usually a really high probability setup. Like if the higher time frame indicates that it can trade higher, you can wait for the midnight open range first. It will be sweeping the sell side and then run for buy side. Really high probability trade. Hello, hello. How are we doing? So if you see ES is still not ran for the highs on midnight open range there. And now we have got the 1 o'clock opening. I'll make it a little slower here because it is approaching the time where I mainly execute. So I'm trading bullishness. I'm expecting bullishness here to take the Asian highs at least. But in order to go for that, I would want it to sweep the sell side in some way, which it did here. Now this is pretty strong. I'll wait for 130. What time frames are good for judging a card? To be honest, I would say there is no one time frame that you can totally rely on. So I mainly use 4 hour, 1 hour to decide my draw on liquidity for the session, and then I mainly execute on 1 minute. This is a good entry for long for me, but I'm waiting for 130. Holding this inversion fair value gap beautifully there. So, in order to answer your question for the time frame thing, I would mainly open from daily and see what is it is doing. So you see, it is currently trading inside a daily PC as well, and should take these highs, which is basically targeting this inefficiency on a higher time frame. So I am bullish, but I will be looking for some type of liquidity sweep in the opposite direction and then some sort of consolidation and then target the which market do you trade? Do you use ICT Concepts as well? So now we are in our trading window. We have got 130. I would like to long from here. And I will be taking my stop here. and my targets will be Asian high. Yeah, perfect. That should be my target. So risking 135 for $405, around 3.5. I don't trade breakout, bro. So every breakout is a fake breakout for me. I trade completely opposite of that. So for me, every breakout is a fake breakout, to be honest. Uh, so 138 now. ICT teaches that the opening range for London session is basically from 1:30 to 2 a.m. and you can use the first presented fair value gap in that range to read price action. I don't know why it does not allow you to draw while playing. Right. Because I know an ideal way for structure and yes, I follow. Um, bro, like if I tell you about my journey, I started from crypto somewhere around in 2020 or 2021. And mainly what I used to do is use all the basic retail concepts like structures, breakouts, and Elliott wave theory. I've got all of those, I would still be having all of those on my fingertips because of the time I've spent on them. But to be honest, I don't find them precise enough as compared to ICT concepts. I found ICT like 1.5 years ago, and since then I've stuck to his concepts only, and I've seen profitability only through that. So I wouldn't recommend mixing Elliott Wave with ICT concepts and all of that. Just stick to one strategy, and it will start, working out. Can I explain engulfing fair value gaps? I don't know about engulfing, bro. I know about inversion fair value gap. So inversion fair value gap is basically a fair value gap. So for example, you see this is a BC, right? So a BC is supposed to push prices higher from here. But instead of doing that, it will actually push prices lower. So that will be a bearish inversion fair value gap. I still do some crypto. Like right now, I am long on, what do you remember? Solana and XRP, but it is not really, I don't really press too much on that. It is just to have a little fun. But I mainly invest in crypto, BTC, and some XRP and Solana. Just that. So I shifted from crypto to Forex, and why is that? So crypto is really shitty, to be honest, if I tell you, for day trading right now because it's really immature market. We do not have much market capital inside of it, so there's no point of leveraging in such a market. Uh, and I did Forex for just a little while, so currently I'm only sticking to NASDAQ futures for the last 2 years now, or 1.5 year. And the reason I shifted from Forex to futures was the slippage and the fact that we do not have same prices on CFDs. with different brokers, which is not the case in futures. So I think futures is much better to learn as we all have the same price print. So yeah. Yeah, the fact that it is always volatile is because it only got 3 trillion market cap, and which is not enough for the markets. If you see futures market or forex market or gold market, the market cap inside of it is really huge. I really want to trail my stop a little lower to the to this point because it can refer the midnight open price again. We are 10 minutes away from London Open, and we are inside 150 macro. How to work on your psychology? I would say, bro, just keep journaling and stay consistent, keep showing up every day, do not rush the process, and you will keep learning new things along the way. There will be new challenges along the way. So it's not like there is one exercise that you can do today and your psychology will be strong. It is challenged every day by the markets. Like if you see my previous live stream, which I did just 2 hours ago, in that live stream, I basically got stuck on both the ends. It's not that I did not know where the market will be trading, but at that moment, sometimes you just get tricked into the opposite direction, mainly because of other things going on in your life. So, yeah, when is the best time to trail your stop loss? So for example, if I had two contracts on here, I would take one off where my position is right now, and then I will take this a little higher. And once I've got my first partial, I will trail my stop to break even. Other than that, I will not like to suffocate my stop loss. Even right now, I would like to give it a little room to here. It is still under my risk management, which is $250 loss. So yeah, I won't mind taking a stop loss this wide. Because whenever you do it, does that it hit and goes to my TP. Yeah, so just stick with your stop loss. Why are you rushing or suffocating your trade? Like right now, I'm in profit, but I'm pretty sure it can easily trade inside of this midnight open range one more time when London opens. Well, London has opened. We are in 202 now. My sessions indicator sometimes do not want to work here with me. So yeah, you see that pink? That is the first candle for London session. And I expected this drop pretty much. Let's see if they want to use this small fair value gap now, which is the first presented fair value gap for London session, either bullishly or bearishly. So if they use it bullishly, that will be an inversion fair value gap for you, Adil. So yeah, do not suffocate your trades. Give them room. As soon as you entered this trade, what you should do in your mind is accept that $250 loss already. Okay, that will allow you just think of that already being subtracted from your account. And that will basically allow you to stick with your risk and do not suffocate your stop losses because I used to do that a lot and then I used to chase the trades. It doesn't make any sense. And when you have trailed it and it got hit, just accept the results there. Do not enter again or anything like that. So you see, it has still not inverted it. It went there, hit that bullish candle and then dropped lower, even on NQ as well. So in order for this to be inverted bullishly, the price needs to trade higher from this candle. And it works on low time frames as well. What works on low time frames as well? So price is factorial. Everything that works on higher time frame does work on lower time frame as well. But you need to have the higher time frame perspective in your mind. You cannot be looking on a 15-second chart. You see, this is a 15-second chart for a fair value gap and then expect it to be, playing out perfectly without having anything in perspective from 1 minute, 15 minute, hourly, daily, 4 hour. So right now my trade, this is not just the 1 minute perspective, 1 minute time frame perspective. If you see that I am basically expecting the prices to trade inside this inefficiency, and the reason is that sell side has already been attacked. We are already inside a big busy here. So in order, even if it wants to continue lower, it should at least trade to that inefficiency. So yeah, and if you see, I'm just targeting myself at the lowest hanging fruit objective. Also, whenever you are trading on 1 minute time frame, it is really important to switch to higher time frames like 5 minute and 15 minute, so that you are not scared. If you see this on 1 minute, there might be people who might be scared of this drop, but if you see it's just coming in 5 minute inefficiency and filling it once again. So, yep. Can you clear a little about liquidity? So liquidity is basically money or orders. And the fact that the highest amount of orders or the money and that the market will get once it gets to price level are usually the previous lows and previous highs, because there are people who have went short from there. They have placed their stop losses there, and there are people who have went long from it there. They have put their stop losses there. So in order for market to get that money, it will have to basically trade lower to that or either higher to that. So that is how I basically understand liquidity. All right, so let's see how this trade works out now. Do you guys want me to speed this up? I'll actually speed this a little up. Right, pretty good there. So even right now, I'm not comfortable to trail my stop and suffocate my trade, because that will be stupid of me, to trust me, because there is so much inefficiency and the London session just started. It can again come down and for the midnight open range. So yeah. Yes, might should hold this bullishly. Am I missing something here? Let's see. Yeah, one more thing that which I have noticed is to try to target the body's high instead of the wicks high. That will increase your win rate, I would say. So it's not always possible that market will get yesterday's liquidity. I think you should trade it. I would not like to trade it because I know that my trade will still be in play. If I trail this here and it drops lower, I will have to enter again. So if it stops me out there, I will accept this loss. If not, then yeah. And the fact that it has supported the first presented fair value gap of the opening range, I'll just stick to it. For your other question of it's not always possible that market will get yesterday's liquidity. So I am not really able to understand that well, but as far as I've understood, I'll try to explain it. It is really highly probable, like if I'll explain it on daily chart. So if you see this specific day, 5th of Jan 2023, um, and if there were other reasons for you to expect price to trade inside this fair value gap, or you were bullish, and so you would have waited for it to sweep lower to take this liquidity. Once it has done that, that is really highly probable that it will trade higher. Okay, so just forget this day. Instead, focus on this day. If you see this day, I'll remove the drawings. There is a small VC on daily chart. So on this day, you would be bullish because you have seen the liquidity sweep here, and then there was expansion. So here you should have waited for the yesterday's sweep and then entered. That would have been a really highly probable trade. I hope I was able to explain that. So let's just play it again. That's one of my problem. I overtrade a lot and I over leverage as well. So those are a few things that I need to start working properly. And I think that building up a community and making setups which will make me more accountable to my trades uh, will actually stop me do that. So that is filled there, really nice. Now I will basically wait for 3:30 to see if it wants to run for the lows again after trading inside that 1 hour CB. How long have you been trading for? If you guys are learning anything out of this live stream and can drop a like, that will be really helpful. And it's always really nice to know new people. So just subscribe. I am building a free Discord community really soon. So just stick with me. Right now I've got my Twitter channel and YouTube channel that I am mainly focused on. I do stream on Kick as well. Oh. So 310, I'm going to slow it down a little. Thanks, man. What's your name? Where are you from? My goal out of this stream is basically that I do this really often in my routine, like backtest, and it will be helpful for you guys as well if you guys can ask me questions and different things. So as you guys can see, we are seeing some drop after 3 o'clock. and the market has traded inside this 1 hour CB that we targeted as our long. We will be waiting right now. Oh, good. Good to know you. I'm actually originally from Karachi, but currently in Australia. Got slapped there. I would like to refer to higher time frame on ES and see what's going on. Yeah, pretty similar. And nice to know you, Ahmed. How long have you been trading for? So now I am expecting this first presenter fair value gap from the opening range to be used as an inversion fair value gap. So Adil, you asked about the inversion fair value gap, I suppose, because I haven't heard engulfing fair value gap from ICT. So whenever there is this volume imbalances, first of all, you include that inside the fair value gap. So it will not be like this. Whenever there is volume imbalances, you tag it in there. And as you see that this was a SIBI displacement that was towards the downside, it should have reacted bearishly, but instead the price found support and rallied higher. So this is basically inversion fair value gap. I've been trading for past 4 years and still not profitable. It's okay, boss. It took me, yeah, more than 4 years. It was just this year, April, that I got profitable. Just stick to one process and one strategy, I would say. ICT really helped me, but I don't know if, you know, it will be helpful for you or not. I will be here to answer any of your questions, but just stick to it. So let's just play it further. I also like to study the this one. Any words on Elliott theory? Bro, I think I read around 3 or 4 books on it. I think it's total bullshit. Sorry, but yeah, I wasted a lot of time on Elliott Wave, RSI, MACD, and whatnot. Those things does not work, and those things only work when they have printed, so you cannot really predict the price on that. Like I wasn't able to do that. It's not that. Uh, I am discrediting any of these strategies which people might be able to use and make money. But I wasn't able to make money out of that. How to trade on support or resistance? So I don't really trade on support or resistance. I mainly target support or resistance as my targets, just like here. So this was basically a resistance for me here. This candle's high was a resistance for me, and this high was a resistance for me, which was basically my target for my long. Just take a basic concept from ICT and trade. No, like dig into his concepts, and because of the fact that you are already coming from the retail concepts, it will be a little hard for you, just like it was for me. So there will be times when you will be knowing where the price will do, but because of your previous education and your conditioning, you will be taking trades that are totally opposite of what you are studying. So yeah, just get a good idea on market structure. I will be shorting this one, and I would like to take a wider stop there, and I will be targeting these equal lows here as my target. We are 10 minutes away from 3:30. People say December is the worst month to trade. Yeah, man, it totally depends on your stats. Like my previous quarter has been really bad. So, yeah, some people perform really well in trending markets. Some people perform well in, choppy markets. It's always the best thing you can do to in your learning is to learn when to step away, and that will save you a lot of money in this business because of holidays and sideways market. Yeah, but sometimes you end up getting year-end rally, just like what we are noticing right now. So it's not black and white in trading. That's the thing. It's all about adaptability, how quickly you can accept losses, and how quickly you can adapt to the information that the market is providing you rather than fighting it. And that is why trading is so difficult, because it fights against your natural upbringing and conditioning in this world. So up till now, I'm liking the reaction, just waiting on 3:30 to see if they want to continue higher from here after making lower low for the London session. I'll speed this up. All right, 3:30, and we see some bullishness, you see. This is the advantage you get when you keep looking at one market again and again. And I believe that time is the best indicator. If you start reading price action as per the time, oh my god, you'll get so much precision in your trading. Yeah, I can explain you premium and discount zones. Just give me a while. Let's see how this reacts here and this inefficiency. I'm expecting it to not trade any higher, as there is new weak opening gap there on ES. Alright, so a discount and premium zone. If you see all of this trading range, this high and this low, okay, it will not allow me to. Oh my god. time Trade Zella is just shit. So this high and this low is the trading range, dealing range basically. So anything under the 50% of this is basically a discount range. And you shorting inside of this is basically a suicide, just like what I did here. Although we are in the, you know, uh, sell program, but and the fact that I entered this trade only after seeing this displacement and seeing that it has done this displacement after trading inside the 1 hour CB. So that is why I went short here. So yeah, you need to take the dealing range. If you understand the dealing range, I'll try to explain it a little in more detail. So if you see this, if you start seeing the price from here and you see that this high was swept there. So before this high was swept, your dealing range was this. Okay. And now as that high is swept, your dealing range gets to this. Okay. If you start looking at market like this, it will really give you huge benefit of understanding discount zones and premium zones. I hope I was able to explain that. It is actually like my understanding is still a bit weak on the break of structure, dealing range, and those concepts of ICT. But yeah, trying to get better every day. So what are the concepts you trade on? I only use ICT concepts. So yeah, and only from ICT, not from other YouTubers. I do follow them and to see the journey, how journey looks like, and to make my goals. How can I say? Calibrated from their journey and how they are doing, but nothing to understand price action from them. So at 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we basically get the opening of major stock market, which so I also watch Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon while trading NQ, as those stocks have the highest, you know, weightage in this index. So we are 4 minutes away from stocks opening. Let's see how it reacts after 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock opens. ES has made lower low for the London session and also referred the midnight open price. This trade logic, man, I've explained it so many times. So we traded higher and traded inside the 1 hour CB. So 1 hour CB is basically a really good thing to short, and London usually does this. So initially London starts at 2 a.m. So at 2 a.m. from 1:30 to 2 a.m. is the opening range for London session. It will create a fair value gap inside of it, which you need to study, and then it will target one side of liquidity, which was Asian highs here, and there was huge inefficiency on sell model. So, and then after doing that, it displaced on 1 minute time frame, giving us this displacement. Hence, I entered the short. Hope it made sense. More you spend time on one market and with one strategy, more you will start to understand things in a way where it will be only the fact of understanding it at that moment correctly, and that will depend on how well you are doing personally in your life. So, yeah. So, yeah, you were asking how to play resistance and, you know, support. As I told you earlier, that I was looking all these highs as resistance. Once that resistance is broken and we have got some sort of CB or those things, you can take the support as a target after that, or at least 50% of that range. See, so right now I would not suffocate my stop loss to break even. I would only make it to the way where my short logic, if the price rates higher from here, my short logic will not be in play anymore. So yeah, and now I should take the profit here, to be honest. And this is my usual mistake. I end up missing on trades like this, leaving money on the table. You see, we could have booked our profit there below the midnight open range. It's okay, we'll stick to it. What is the max level it can retest? I did not understand that question at all, though. Like, what can be retested? So now I would like to trail my stop to this side because it made a higher high, and if it supports this BCs as bullishness, my stop logic will not be in play anymore for me. It totally depends on your risk management, but it is always smarter to have something in your mind as a target, as pips or as points level if you are trading futures, to like that will increase your profitability in all ways. Like it's going against RTP. I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand your question here. But if you are trying to ask like if any specific PD array like midnight open price, how many times it can be retested, there's no specific amount of time that it can be retested for. The algorithm can do various things like just stay in consolidation around that PD array so as many time as it wants, and it is all AI controlled. So yeah. Anyways, guys, so 2 wins in the London session. Won't be trading anymore. We have only got 10 minutes in the London session, anyways. Here it is about to make lower low for the day. And always use these annotations like previous 5 days, new day opening gaps, regular trading hour closing price, midnight open range, midnight open price, previous new week opening gaps, previous 5 weeks, things like those. The algorithm keeps on repeating those things again and again throughout the week. So if you see my executions here, this is beautiful, perfect sessions. Bought high there, uh, like went long there, yeah, around 130. Yep, 130 exactly. And then I went short here after seeing that displacement, gave myself a little room, targeting the, the this low basically. So, yep, do you guys want to do the New York morning session or should this be enough? I do not really target risk to reward, like specific risk to reward 3 to 1. I only go for what market is giving me at that time and how well can I place myself in that position. So for example, if you take this long of mine, I went long from here, right? I was not, I gave it this much room. So 11.5 points. Okay. And then I was targeting this high. Okay. So that is 21 points, not even 2 hour. Usually my risk to reward is 3 hour. And that is usually because of the fact that if I was not in that time, I would have taken my stop a little tighter like that. And you see that 1.8 is now 3.74. So it's all about managing your expectations and managing your greed and giving decent room to your stop loss as well. So for example, if you are targeting higher risk to reward, okay, and being really tight with your stop, but just imagine that before market going higher, it comes here and stops you out, okay? And you know that it can refer to midnight open price again, it can refer to the equilibrium here, and still it can be bullish. So you will have to enter again here. So that 1 hour, so for example, your one risk is $250 will basically be 5 2 hour. Okay, so for example, if the market drops here, it stops you out because you were targeting a higher risk to reward. You will enter again here because you know that the market is still bullish and your trade is still in play. For example, if you enter here and target that, okay, your risk to reward is much higher now, but still you are over trading and you are basically not giving your trades enough room. I've done this enough time to understand that the tighter stop losses and higher risk to reward are not usually profitable. So rather than asking for higher risk to reward, just look for how well you can manage an entry, giving enough room and managing your expectations well. Any specific kill zone you avoid on NASDAQ? Yep. So I usually try to avoid all this. Okay, that is the open of the day, and usually it is not that big of a range. I don't know what happened there. So this is the start of the year, January. You can expect those kind of things next month. Um, and this is why I am back testing January right now. So I try to avoid anything before midnight open range. Uh, yep, basically anything before midnight open range, because until that time I do not have enough information. And then once the London is done, I try to avoid this whole uh, 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock. And from 7 o'clock, I can start looking for setups, basically. So, do you guys want to do the London session, like morning session, or should we just close off the stream here? Because I will be doing these streams throughout this Christmas holidays. And yeah, in which video I gave you the highest accuracy on NASDAQ. Uh, I only use fair value gap for my entries, and sometimes breaker if it is really evident to me. It's not about any PDRA being higher from the other one. It's about how you can use one and how easily your eye can pick one. For me, fair value gaps are really easy to pick. From my naked eye, I do not need any stupid, indicators. I saw one of my friend using an indicator for break of structure and all the ICT stuff when they have not even spent you know, enough time with ICT to understand what all of his PD arrays actually mean. So yeah, I hope that answers your question there. And time, study the market with time. New York time zone, man, and thank me later. Thanks, man. Thanks for following. Good to know new people. I will be sharing my Discord soon. And yeah. So, Adil, do you want to carry on? Ahmed is good for today. We can do this tomorrow as well, same timing. And tomorrow I will try my level best to be online for London session as well as New York session. So, yep. See you guys tomorrow then. Thank you for being here and take care, stay safe, and good trading. Cheers.